welcome back to the Let's Get Ready Network. I'm Adelia. That's my buddy Snark. We're here. This is Starting 11, our Premier League recap show. And Snark, we came off an interlull to some actual good football because the international games are not good.
No, it's terrible. It's ridiculous, and it made no sense to have it as there's there's no trophies being handed out anytime soon. But whatever. Whatever, national teams need to make money too, I suppose. Anyways, good thing is we got a lot of lackluster football in the Premier League.
We did.
Yeah. Well, some teams maybe enjoyed the break a little more than other temes because they decided to take another week off. We're gonna start with one of those teams. And for me, what a way to start a Saturday. If I have to get up at 6:30 in the morning on my day off, then I might as well see Chelsea win. Now, they win against Leicester. We probably should have had 5 or 6 goals. The fact that we only scored 2 is more on us than it is on Leicester. Leicester was terrible. They were awful.
Yeah.
They were boring. There was nothing to them. And still, the finish is 2-1. But the goal for Leicester comes from Jordan Ayew from a penalty in the the 3rd minute of extra time or stuff like that. Their first shot on target in that entire match. Even though
that's crazy.
Just wait. Robert Sanchez, of course, tried to give them the ball. Tried to help him out earlier in the first half and stuff to no avail. Nico Jackson scoring again, and he's getting consistent now. He's scoring goals without ever getting penalty tries. So he's looking, he still has that thing about him though. You just don't trust him. There's something about Nicholas Jackson, but he's young. Hopefully it's still going to come rounding into form from here, but he's scoring at an incredible pace. There's no reason for Chelsea to go looking for like an Osimhen or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
In January. Just, you know what? Just go look at your back line. Back line would be great. Maybe goalkeeping. We got a guy down in France right now that's doing pretty well, so maybe not. But we'll see. Cole Palmer kind of snake bit. And when I say snake bit, the save of the week, this match week, what is this, 12, has to be Noni Madueke on Cole Palmer.
That was crazy.
Yes, Cole Palmer with the wide open net. Madueke just can't help himself but get into the path of Palmer's shot, and it goes off his trailing foot somehow. That was kind of weak. Yeah, Chelsea was never really bothered in this match, but they should have had at least 3 more goals. No Pedro Neto because of your aforementioned European play. He got a nod. So Felix goes in. He was fine. I wish he had.
Hello, Brennan.
Hello, sir. I wish there were. He would have showed more with his chance, but I also don't like him on the left side. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem right. Like João Felix, this perfect spot for him is, in behind Cole Palmer to fill in for Cole Palmer. Problem is Cole Palmer plays all the time. So when are you going to play João Felix? You got to put him in the spot. It would have been interesting to see Misha Mudryk maybe against Leicester with how slow they were. But, 3 points is 3 points. I'll take it. Chelsea's in 3rd spot somehow, even though Chelsea and Arsenal, spoiler, will be on the exact same points, the exact same goal differentials, but I don't know if it's because Chelsea has more away wins or something like that. Who knows?
I think it's goals for. You guys have scored 2 more goals than we have.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, if you just look at it, it looks like the goal differential is even. So who knows?
It is.
Yeah.
You've also conceded 2 more goals than we have, so the goal differential is even.
It has to be goal for them. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll take it for now. It's wallpaper.
Yeah.
There's just nothing to it yet. It's still only November.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
this
it's nice.
game, Leicester were god awful,
Mhm.
and so the management over there were like, Steve Cooper, you're gone.
Yeah, ridiculous. You're down 2-0. They just got their scored on again. So what does he do? He pulls Jamie Vardy.
It makes no sense. It
It's
makes absolutely
ridiculous.
no sense.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I know Jamie
Yeah.
Vardy is getting up there in age, but like, who else do they have to score goals on that team?
He doesn't have. He's not want for choice. That's for sure. He has like
Yeah.
nothing there. So now he's gone. Steve Cooper, and I like Steve Cooper at Forest. It just didn't seem right to see him over at Leicester. I was glad he got another job, so I like him as a
Mhm.
guy. But yeah, he didn't. The fit just wasn't there. But who is gonna fit at Leicester? I know that for some reason Graham Potter's name kept going circling around and stuff. I guess he said, no. I'm not gonna. I won't do Leicester. What about David Moyes?
I could see
Heard
David
that.
Moyes.
It'd be fun if David Moyes had a job. But if Leicester's gonna sink again, why would David Moyes attach himself to that? That doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Sam Allardyce will do it again.
Unless he thinks he can, save them.
There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way.
There's no way.
But
There's
he
no
could
way.
think that.
Yeah, well, the only thing, he could hope for, 17th spot.
I mean,
to
Leicester
be fair.
currently are 16th on 10 points. They've got a 6-point advantage over Southampton, who's in 20th. Like,
Yeah, we
they're
know
close to
Southampton's going down.
relegation.
Yeah.
They're close to relegation, but like Crystal Palace, Ipswich, Wolves, and Leicester are in a battle. Everton too.
Wolves are looking good. We're going to talk
It's
about
possible. Yeah, it's possible that Leicester could get a new manager, things around enough to survive that little group fighting for the other 2 relegation spots.
them. I don't know. I don't know. This isn't the team that won the championship last year. That's for sure.
Oh, it's definitely not the team that won the championship last year.
If they want Kieran Dewsbury Hall back, I have no problem with that. He doesn't do anything for Chelsea. He got a nice ovation on the when he got onto the pitch late, which he doesn't get much time in the Premier League. So that was nice for him. Wesley Fofana did not get a nice ovation back at King's Power Stadium. I can tell you that there were some there may be some salty language his way. You know what I mean? Yeah. It turns out Leicester are a bunch of potty mouths. So there you go. Let's move on. I could just talk about Chelsea all day if you want. I can keep going down the list of how the back line looks a lot better. And even Benoit Badiashile was fun. Okay. You want to talk about Everton and Brentford?
I mean, sure. Do we have to? It was a match.
Nope. Yeah.
0-0. Nothing happened.
If they couldn't be bothered, why should we?
Exactly.
0-0.
It was a match.
Yeah, it happened. They each get a point. Bournemouth and Brighton. Brighton's pretty good.
Brighton has been playing really well lately, yeah.
Yeah. João Pedro and Matoma each score 4 minutes into each half. Put that assist by Pedro to Matoma for his goal.
That was
2-0.
nice.
That was a world-class point. That was a world-class pass. Now, Carlos Baleva gets sent off on the 60-minute mark, like the 59th minute or something like that, for his second yellow. That second yellow, how lazy is that? Like, that's just, what was he even thinking? He just kind of, like, the guy's sliding, he just kind of just runs into him. He didn't try to tackle, he didn't try to get out of the way. Just, my momentum is going to carry me into this guy no matter what. Lazy play, but
do you not know what he was thinking?
Yeah, no idea. Really doesn't matter though. Bournemouth just couldn't do much with it. David Brooks does pull one back late in the 3rd minute or something like that of extra time, and then with the last kick of the ball of the game, Semenyo puts it off the crossbar. Semenyo, who had a goal taken back earlier for being offside, and I think he put one off someone else put it off the post earlier. May have been Semenyo again. They had chances. I think the Cherries had 19 shots at net, or sorry, towards net. 19 shots towards net. I think they got 5 shots on net. Brighton just, didn't have to do much.
Yeah.
Just took advantage of what they had. That's all they had. That's all they did. So
Bournemouth couldn't finish down to.
yeah,
So.
and they got guys that can do it. Just not a great match for Bournemouth. Brighton's even level with points. Brighton, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Weird. So weird. They're in fifth because they have the least goal differential. So there you are. Or I guess the greatest goal differential, I guess is what you should say. Now, moving on. We're gonna go to Villa Park. Strange game. Odd game. Palace gets off to a great start on the road. Ismail Sarr gets sent in from midfield by Mateta. He holds off Ian Maatsen. Ian Maatsen, not a great game. Not a great game by the former Chelsea lad. Am I sad to see him go? I've slept pretty comfortably since Ian Maatsen's gone. Maybe he looked good. He looked good at Borussia Dortmund though last year. You put him back in the Premier League and he just doesn't have it. I don't think so anyways. Ollie Watkins is going to level it. 36 minute. I don't know why Dean Henderson decides he has to come to the top of the box.
I don't know either.
Against Ollie Watkins. He's one move, he's around him, scores easily. Not the best. Then we got Will Hughes stepping on Leon Bailey's heel. Now it's a penalty. That's a penalty. So they have called this before. They called this in that match at Fulham a month or two ago. It seems slight. It doesn't seem like there's much to it, but it's anyone's guess what a penalty is going to be these days. If at least this has precedent. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I didn't think it was a huge deal, but it has some precedent to it. So the Tielemans goes up, and to say his penalty try is lackluster.
Oh, that's being kind.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty kind to say. Dean Henderson gets there, really no problem. What is Yuri Tielemans doing taking that penalty kick?
I don't know. I was so surprised that Yuri Tielemans took that penalty. Like, Ollie Watkins was on the pitch, right?
Like, is it a confidence?
Leon Bailey was on the pitch, right? Like, why?
Yeah, he's the one who got stepped on.
Why is
Yuri if it was a confidence boost, it did not work. This would not work for Yuri Tielemans. Yes. Ooh. Anyways, and then just a couple minutes later for halftime, Justin Devaney puts Palace ahead. Sarr with a nice cross across the box, and this is coming off of on the counterattack. Sarr puts it across the box. JP Mateta goes for it, but misses. Probably a good thing he did. So it froze the goaltender in place, and Devaney finds it. First Premier League goal for young Jacob Devaney. I think he's 21 though. I think he's young, but
him on that.
Someone else scores his first Premier League goal, and he's much younger.
Yes, we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm. The fans at Villa Park weren't serenading them off the pitch, not in the way they would like.
No,
I would say for halftime, and they were unhappy. Now we're gonna jump ahead to the 64th minute, and I showed you because like you didn't remember the tackle, but I showed you Ian Maatsen being caught and Sarr jumping ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Maatsen comes through him here. You can see he gets to his trailing foot to take him down. That is a clear path to net.
Yep.
Now the requisite is, as you know, as an Arsenal fan, it's denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity. What's it? Dog sowers, think is the acronym. I think the other player who was at who was it? Diego Carlos was about 12 yards away.
Something
at the
like
time.
that, yeah.
There's no way he was making up that difference as Sauer's only 2 yards or so from the box. That is a clear and obvious scoring opportunity that got a yellow card and a free kick.
I
Once
hate this.
the consistency is what matters most when it comes to
Yeah.
Premier League officiating, guys. Good job. Good
That's
job.
all we're asking for is consistency.
Well, we
Ever.
might as well be asking for $1 million each. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And of course, after all that, Villa should be down a man with a half hour to go. But no, and 11 minutes later, well, pal, Ross Barkley gets his head up to knock in a corner, tying the game at 2, stealing a point for Villa, who did not deserve it. They
No, they
were
did not.
weird. This is a Villa team this year. That's weird. This is a Champions League team.
Yeah, it's strange. Villa's down in 8th place on 19. Like,
Maybe it's
where I
because of the
expected them
Champions
to
League.
be.
Maybe it's because they have those extra games. They're just not used
It
to
might
it.
be. It might be. I mean,
I'm
we saw
thinking,
the same thing with Newcastle
I
last
was
year.
just gonna say, I'm
Newcastle
thinking
to the
Newcastle
Champions
the same thing.
League and fell back in the table. So we'll see.
Listen to me, Villa. Know your place. Know your place. You can go and battle for the Conference League trophy, like a trophy that's going to may become quite prestigious after this year. We'll just see. We'll see what
We're
happens.
just saying that because Chelsea's in the Conference League.
How
It's
dare you? How
under
dare
any
you?
circumstances.
I'm honestly amazed. I remember it's called the Europa Conference League. I always forget it. I never remember what it is. Okay, moving on. Did you know that there's another team in Fulham?
I did.
Barely. So this Fulham Football Club was at home. They play at a place called Craven Cottage.
Mm-hmm.
They play at somebody's summer home. Now, they get Wolves. Wolves, who until last week had not won a game last match week, had not won a game in the Premier League all season. So they start off, they on the right foot. They go down. Alex Iwobi puts them ahead. It's a really nice curling strike from outside the box.
It was really nice, yeah.
Fulham is settled in now, you would imagine. They're up 1-0. But Mateus Cunha levels it 10 minutes later. Bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the break. Second half is all Wolves. What happened to Fulham?
I have no idea what happened to Fulham.
João Gomez puts Wolverhampton ahead. 53rd Cunha gets his brace in the 87th minute. He's from outside the box as well. That had a weird curl to it too, kind of curling in and away. It's nice. And then I'm try to say this right because this is this guy's first Premier League goal. Gonçalo Guedes scores 5 minutes into extras on a 4-on-2. Like their defense just falls to pieces in the second half.
I don't know what happened to Fulham in this. They were nowhere in the second half.
Wolverhampton's first win on the road since February.
That's nuts.
They're a Premier League squad.
Yeah.
That survived demotion. Like they weren't even. No one was worried about them last year.
This is the first time this year that I've read away kit, or is that their third kit that they were playing in? The purple.
That's their
weird...
third kit. That's their third kit, I believe.
I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Fulham got distracted.
A lot of teams going for that purple or lilac look. I know this year. Even Chelsea, their third is black with that pink. Odd. It's strange. Anyways, would you be amazed if I told you that Wolves are unbeaten in 4 games now?
I mean, no, not really, because they have been.
A couple draws. You know what I
Couple
mean?
draws, couple wins.
They're stringing a couple wins together. They're
I mean, it's a start.
one more win, and they may be free and clear for relegation for the rest of the year.
They have gotten themselves out of the relegation.
Yeah,
So.
good for Gary. Good for Gary O'Neill. I like the guy. I'm not I'm not a guy who's gonna spit on Wolves either. It's like I like Wolves fine for as much as they're any other team than Chelsea. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to see them demoted. I like having them around because everyone deserves to be 15th place, not Chelsea. So there you go. All right.
Okay.
Moving on to a game maybe you'd be more interested in. Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal taking on top 10 Nottingham Forest. Actually, Forest, I believe, was in 5th spot in this match.
I believe they were in 5th prior to this game, yeah.
Would you say maybe a return to form for your Gunners?
Yes.
Yeah. What a difference Odegaard makes. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. This is what I was going to say. Martin Odegaard, this is his 2nd game back. You can tell, though, that he's more back to full fitness and engaged the previous game because we played so much better. Now, granted, Forest, I don't think are as good as what was our last game. Our last game was against you guys before this, right?
Yeah.
So, but you can tell that Odegaard is back, and what a big difference he makes to the team. The team just flows so much better when he's playing.
You know who looked incredible because of Odegaard playing, and the guy that should look incredible more often, that's Bukayo Saka, and he was all over the place, especially early. He gets a goal, he gets an assist,
great goal
in the match.
Good assist.
Yeah, you're one of your all-time favorite Gunners, Thomas Partey.
No,
gets a goal. No, what?
No,
ridiculous. And
ridiculous.
How about Ethan Waneri getting his first? What is he? 17 years old.
He's 17. He's the next. They're bringing him into the first team slowly. They're not, doing too much before he's ready for it. Arteta gave this analogy of like it's like building a wall. You put down a brick, but then you've got to put down some more cement before you put down another brick. So they're giving him, you got to give him moments. He's not ready to start a game in the Premier League, is what he's basically saying. But I think that he's been really good in his cameo appearances so far this year, and it was great to see. Goal. It was a pretty good goal too.
It was a good goal. Yeah, Arsenal could have had 4 or 5 more.
We could have, yeah. We should have had more in the first half, for sure, and then the second half, same. But I'll settle for the 3-0 win.
Sure. Forest, are they just reverting back to garbage now? They had their run.
They had their run, and it looks like now they're gonna come back down to their actual level.
Yeah, they're gonna settle in.
Sink down the table.
I don't think. Yeah, at this point, I don't think they're gonna be in any trouble being relegated. But I think they're gonna settle into that 14 to 16 spot. I think they're gonna go comfortably. I think the bottom 3 are not gonna do very well at all.
Currently in 7th, but that go down is Fulham and Aston Villa and Newcastle sort of rise above them.
Well, yeah, I think they're just going to keep plummeting. Maybe it's going to be teams that are in the bottom half of the table that keep moving. Maybe Wolverhampton catches them. We'll see.
Who knows?
Another team that keeps falling.
What?
Another team that might finish in that 14th, 15th spot. Manchester City.
Oh my God, they have been so awful, and like today's result in the Champions League made me laugh.
Sometimes a person can feel a little blue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the world gets hard on you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to sit back, relax, take a minute, and remember that through this match, City had lost 5 matches in a row. And if that doesn't warm the dark recesses With your heart and soul. I don't know what that's. One thing that might block it is that it had to be Spurs that did it. Come on.
Why did it have to be Spurs? I had this conversation with Ryan Christensen and I was like, I am so happy about this result, except I'm also not happy about this result because it was Spurs.
Yeah, it felt like
Anybody but Spurs, I would have been thrilled. But because it was Spurs, I was like, come on, man. Why did they have to be the ones to do this?
We couldn't even have this. We couldn't even have this. Yes. James Madison's birthday. This is his 28th birthday. He scores a brace. And that pass by Kulusevski straight to his boot for the first goal. Was pretty nice. I'm not going to go above that for anything Spurs. City had the first 10 minutes had them hemmed in. Just this is like Spurs' first chance up or whatever. Just they counterattacked well. City and their defense is just awful. What happened to their defense? Like you could talk about Rodri being out as the central defending midfielder. Like I don't know how much.
Commentators that I had were like, "Oh, they've got Stones back, and their central defense is back in place," and then they go out and lose 4-0 to Spurs. Like,
there's a goal that happens in the second half. Okay, the third goal, and it's Kulusevski again. He passes across the box, and he finds Dom Solanke. Dom Solanke goes to the goal line. And 4 Spurs defenders rush the goal line. Don't go to Solanke.
City defenders.
City defenders. They go right to the goal line. They don't try to find anybody. And he sees Pedro Porro run up, and he rolls the ball to him.
Yeah.
There was just nobody there. And there's an acre of space. There's 2/3 of the net to hit. Porro hits it. Make it 3-0. And then everybody started talking about how City were down 3-0 to Spurs before. And, of course, come back to win 4-3 or whatever in the second half. Not this time.
Not this time, no.
Not this time. Brennan Johnson gets one late. Timo Werner, I thought, was going to pass that ball across the face of goal and out because it's Timo Werner. But no, Brennan Johnson had to slide that little Welsh body of his as long as he could or whatever, but he knocks it in for the 4th goal. It's the first time City lose at home in 2 years.
Yep.
It's 52 matches through all competitions City has won at home or haven't lost. I shouldn't say win. They haven't lost at home. They had lost now at that point 5-0 again today. So the new classic. Maybe this is the new normal for City. Up 3-0 to Feyenoord. At 3-0 to Feyenoord. What was 15 minutes to go?
Yeah, and they gave up 3 goals.
Give up 3 goals to settle for a draw. Also, this is Man City who have all these weapons. Remember, Phil Foden is the reigning Premier League Player of the Year.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
It's absurd.
Yeah. They got this Norwegian guy who's pretty good. Holland. He couldn't put he hits the crossbar, I think, a couple times, put a couple wide. And then just a couple nice light shots into Vicario. Vicario, turns out, was playing the last hour of that game with a broken ankle.
Yeah,
they couldn't get him to move.
Phenomenal if he was playing with a broken ankle. Like,
ridiculous. Had surgery. He's out for 3 months.
Yeah. I find it very funny that ever since Erling Haaland told McKellar be humble after the Arsenal game, he can barely score.
Yep. Football karma has hit City finally. It only took however long.
It took years. But,
ridiculous.
Now,
and also
granted,
Pep also signs for 2 more years for some reason.
Yeah. And their misery might continue now. They've got Liverpool at Anfield.
That's a tough matchup for them.
That's a tough game for them.
Now, if they win, good. Because screw Liverpool too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These guys are a little too high on their horses
I
right
was I
now.
was talking to our friend Ferris Muthana about that
Oh,
Liverpool Man City game, and he goes,
mhm.
"Wait a minute, we actually want Man City to win that game. Otherwise, Liverpool's going to increase their lead." And I was like, "Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah, a draw's fine. A draw's fine.
draw's fine. Draw would be nice."
Yeah, anything, any kind of poor result for Liverpool. But if Liverpool win that game, you got to chuckle. At least you got to chuckle.
Mm-hmm.
City lose again. Anyways, let's talk about Liverpool because they played Southampton, and you figure the worst team in the league should get slapped around for 90 minutes by the best team in the league. But this one was close.
It was
It was
close, yeah.
it was close. Valiant effort by the hard done by Saints. Didn't start well for them.
No.
Flynn Downs, for whatever reason, has the ball at his goal line and decides to softly just put it straight up the middle of the box. Unfortunately, Dom Szoboszlai's there, and he hammers it into the back of the net 1 second later.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. This isn't your backyard pitch there, Mr. Downs. But Adam Armstrong ties it up. Adam Armstrong, who I always say, why is he starting ahead of guys like Cam Archer and stuff? Adam Armstrong had himself a game.
He
This
did,
is
yeah.
It ties it in the 42nd minute. He has a penalty. Now, what did you think of this penalty? What did you think of the call? Because I heard a lot of people griping about it because when Robertson has his hand on his back, it's outside the box. But that isn't the foul. The foul is when he clips him with his foot, and Armstrong's foot is just inside the line. You can just see it on the line. And as soon as it's on the line, it's
As soon as it's
considered
on
inside
line,
the
it's a
box.
penalty.
Right.
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Well, Kelleher stops the penalty anyways,
He does.
but Armstrong's
Then
there.
pushes the arm right to Armstrong.
Yeah, right to Armstrong. Ties it up. Tied at the break. St. Mary's Stadium can't be, can't be upset by anything that's been going on. Then they take the lead in the 56th minute. It's Mateus Fernandez. And again, a nice pass by Armstrong for the assist. 3 defenders go on him. Armstrong just has everybody come to him, and he just finds a little bit of space for Fernandez, gets it to him. He scores kind of a soft one. Keller probably should have gotten to that goal, especially as it comes to the near post and stuff like that. Probably should have got to it. Anyways, go to the 64th minute. Mo Salah tying the game. Alex McCarthy.
What was he doing?
You talked about Dean Henderson earlier, but what was he doing out there? Did he not know who had that ball?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And the fact that Salah doesn't even do much to it. He just kind of changes the angle on it and just pushes it with his foot, and it curls it around him and in to tie it up. Just shows the quality of Mo Salah, who's an all-time great, and poor Alex McCarthy getting a first-hand look at what this guy can do to you. And he's going to get another closer, well, not as close because he was right into his face almost. He's going to get another good look at Mo Salah because in the 81st minute, Yukinari Sugawara gets the ball in his chest, but puts his hand out and brings his hand down. So handball. I have no problem with that penalty at all.
I don't either.
Yeah, Mo Salah steps up, absolutely hammers it into the top corner. So Liverpool pull one out of the fire against the Saints. Did you think I was going to say that sentence?
No.
2 weeks ago. Nope.
No.
Anyways, we'll go to what Mo Salah talking after the match. He's getting interviewed, and he says that he's probably more out than in when it comes to being at Liverpool next season. Liverpool still hasn't even offered him anything, not even 1 year.
I can't believe Liverpool offered him anything yet. That's insane to me.
It's pretty insane. He's obviously still top quality, rips his shirt off, and he looks like he's made of marble. He gets a yellow card for it, as he should. But yeah, what is Liverpool doing? Like, just sign him for another year. Like, if you're that worried about it, just sign him for an insane amount of money. It's not like you guys don't have money. Give money to your top guy. He wants to play. He wants to be there. It's ridiculous. You know, and then you start thinking, oh, where would he go? Where would he go? I don't think he goes to the Saudi League yet.
I don't think so either. He's still too good.
I'm just, Paris, like PSG would be a spot. I can't see him signing anywhere else in the Premier League. There's no way he plays in the Premier League.
No.
He's not going to go to Spain. Italy, you just run over everybody in Italy. You can go to Italy if you want. I don't know what his chances are getting back. I don't know what his chances are getting back into the Premier League or into the Champions League, like winning the Champions League. Obviously, if he goes to Italy, he'll get into the Champions League. There's a very low bar in Italy. Anyways, Liverpool 9 points clear on top now. Sounds daunting, but I still say these guys are whatever. I think they said this is the most anybody's ever been up at this point, and still I'm like, yeah, I'm unconvinced. I'll probably be unconvinced that they were 15 points up with 2 weeks left to go. It's like, man, there's probably still a chance somebody could take these guys down.
I think they're 8 points up, not 9.
I thought they were 9.
Liverpool is 31. Man City is 23. That's 8.
Oh, maybe I'm only thinking through the eyes of Chelsea Football Club, which happens a lot.
Yeah,
they're 9 points clear of Chelsea. Okay, moving on, because there was another match on Sunday, and oh boy, the pomp and circumstance in Ipswich as the Ruben Amorim era has begun for Manchester frigging United.
Yeah,
and it does start off with a bang. Marcus Rashford gets his second goal of the year, 80 seconds in.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts.
Well, there was some poor defending by that, what's his name? Jus Kayuste, that Swedish defender. Ipswich has, that was bad. And Muric should have been a little braver trying to get to that ball. It just kind of stands still. Yeah. But that was the last time Ipswich looked afraid in this entire match. Chances wise and stuff like that, everything kind of split down the middle. United was way more touches because they just keep passing back and side to side as they go at the pitch. Nothing's changed. The good chances fall to Ipswich. The first to Liam Delap, and Andre Onana makes a fantastic save in close, gets his hand to Liam Delap. After Liam Delap gets in between like 5 guys and stuff like that, still gets the shot. It's crazy. Like, how did he get that? Like, how did the ball just get to him? There's 5 guys down there. Also, okay, and then we'll talk about the goal. Amari Hutchinson from outside the box kind of skips off Nasir Mazraoui's head into the top corner. The announcer kept screaming about what a strike it was by Hutchinson. It's like, well, it did have that little deflection that kind of, I thought Onana was going to get to it if that deflection didn't go, but it doesn't count as an own goal. It goes to Hutchinson. Good for him. I'm a Omari Hutchinson guy from his brief time in Chelsea. Now, second half, there's Delap gets stoned by Onana again in close. The little flick on in close, and then Onana just getting his right boot to it. But where are the chances for United? Like I said, Amorim's going to come in. Great. Whatever. He's led a Portuguese team to the title. Great. Portuguese league is a little different, and this guy isn't the special one. They're playing with this 3 at the back. They're playing a 3-4-3. Did you ever notice the acres of space in front? There's acres of space. As soon as these guys play anyone who have a developed an identity of going forward, they're going to get killed. City
Yeah.
are going to kill him. Liverpool will kill him. They'll kill him. Arsenal will kill him. Chelsea, well,
Yeah.
Chelsea will miss the net or something. We'll still beat them. Yeah, we've already played them. We've already played them at the Old Trafford, and so the wiggly bits are out, so we'll beat them at home. But yeah, anybody who wants to play out in front, like Villa's going to kill these guys. They just want to go forward. There's just too much space. There's way too much space. Why would he go for 3 at the back? Like, oh.
No.
Also, you get your guys score for you 80 seconds in. Why not show a little bit of emotion? Like he turns around like he's done this all before. It's like, be happy. Show your troops you're happy.
Yeah.
You showed you were upset when you got scored on.
Mm-hmm.
Show you're happy when you get scored. When you score a goal. Like, just, the energy will go through the bench. It's like whatever. Ruben Amram. Okay, we'll see. Does United get over 10th spot in the league this year? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
He's inherited a group of players, though, that
They're
I
terrible.
think he's going to want to clean house on in January and in the summer.
Saw pictures of him like hugging Mason Mount and say, Mason Mount's going to be my guy. And I was like, Mason Mount was on the bench. He was there to be played. He just couldn't play.
Yeah.
They're terrible. Bruno Fernandes is their only half decent player, and he's maybe my least favorite player in the history of football. Anyways, let's keep moving on because we had one last match, the Monday match.
The Monday match.
We're gonna go to St. James Park, where Newcastle takes on West Ham. One team should be much better than the other team, but
the other team won.
Yeah, the other team won. Newcastle has Jekyll and Hyde. It was definitely Mr. Hyde that came out for this, even though Isak has one pulled back early for being offside. He just has that thing to him where he just goes offside a little bit too often. And then he has another chance later on where he misses the net too, but that was after Thomas Suchek scored. What's West Ham's first goal from a corner this season?
West Ham's first goal from a corner. Newcastle has conceded this season.
Yeah, it was a match made in heaven. Aaron Wan-Bissaka also scores. Pretty soft goal. That goal that Bissaka scores just the way it rolls, and it goes in front of Nick Pope and just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling and finding that far corner. It felt like it took forever. Well, what was Nick Pope doing on this? Just watching, maybe mesmerized by the curl of the ball.
I don't know.
Slow. Anyways, Newcastle never looked dangerous. Anthony Gordon, did he even play? Yeah, we've seen him play. But what was he doing? An indefensible match if you're a Newcastle supporter, that's for sure. Now, a little bit of pressure should come off Lopetegui for this.
A little bit for the moment.
He gets a win away from London Stadium. When does the pressure start to mount on Eddie Howe? Because they haven't looked sharp in over a year.
Yeah, you've got to think that it will soon if they don't turn this around. They're in 10th.
They got players and they got money.
Yeah. They've won 5 games so far this year of the 12. Like, you've got to think the pressure's starting to mount on Eddie Howe.
Yeah. They have not looked sharp. Okay. Let's move on. Now, you know what I never did? So we do our predictions every week on the Sleeper app.
Yes.
We talked about our matchups last time out, and I said, "Oh, I got lots of time to put my matches in." And then after the Chelsea match started, I see a notification on my phone saying, "It says," and I'm paraphrasing, "Dummy, put your things in." So yeah, I lost out on the Chelsea matchup. Now, I don't think I did too good I got 2 right for the entire week. I would have gotten 3. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't see how the table's doing here.
See what I do, Snark. When
Yeah.
we're going to do the show and do our predictions, I just put them in the app immediately and
Yeah.
then read my predictions when we do them on the show. This way I don't forget to do them.
See, you're smarter than me, and I think that's been well documented. Okay. So we're gonna go.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna go along. I'll do it with you. All right. Hold on.
okay, so Ferris and I tied with 3 last week. You got 2.
Yeah, just go with
And
that.
our buddy Trevor, I think, is tapped out
Ridiculous.
on predictions because he hasn't done that in a while.
He's he's had a hard season so far, being a Spurs
He's
fan.
he's had a hard season being a Spurs fan. He's also a college student, so he's probably got more important things to think about.
I suppose you're correct. I guess. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? I'm gone a little bit further. There we go. Current. Now, there we are. Now, this is going to be a weird one because we got the 10 matches, the regular week, starting Friday, but because they're jumbling all the matches together because it's December and they want to have these stupid breaks, they got to fit another weekend. So we're actually going to have to go through the next Tuesday matches as well.
Yep.
So by the time we go live, those games will have played. Now, first match being on the Friday, this coming Friday, Brighton and Southampton. Should be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Brighton as well. And we got Brentford, Leicester. This could be
Brentford.
interesting. You're saying Brentford so confidently. They were not good.
I understand that, but I have no faith. I don't even know if they're going to have an installed coach by the time this game comes around. So
I was trying to make up a big thing about Leicester, but yeah. And then remind you, there is no coach in Leicester as it stands, which also could be the difference because Steve Cooper wasn't him. Now,
yeah,
I went for Brentford as well. Crystal Palace and Newcastle. We got Palace versus Castle. Rook v. Rook.
Yes, I'm going Newcastle. I don't have much faith in Palace this year either.
Okay, I'm going to go for a draw.
Okay.
Because I don't have faith in either one of them. Who knows which Newcastle team's going to show up?
That's true.
Yeah. Forest and Ipswich.
I'm going Forest.
Yeah, that's a city ground. They'd like to win at home, don't they?
They do.
Wolves and Bournemouth. Wolves on a heater.
Yeah, this one I'm going Wolves.
No, okay. I want Wolves as well. Why are we putting too much stock in this 4-game unbeaten streak? Or maybe we just have no confidence in Bournemouth either. That also could be it.
I don't know.
Let's see which one you go for here. West Ham and Arsenal.
Boy, I wonder which one I'm going to go for. Arsenal, of course.
It's at the London Stadium, though.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going Arsenal, too. I'm not ridiculous. You know what I mean? Chelsea gets Villa. I don't know which Villa team's going to show up, but it's at the Bridge.
Chelsea.
Chelsea should win this matchup. They should win that matchup, especially if Villa wants to try and play. Because Villa can't sit back, and as soon as they go forward, Chelsea's going to tear them apart. United and Everton.
I'm going to go United. Amarin gets his first win.
That's what I was thinking as well. This is going to be the match that he wins. Spurs and Fulham.
Spurs. Much as I hate it.
And the derby that no one could care less for. Yeah, Spurs are going to win. I'm going to agree with you. And then, what should be a heavyweight matchup of the week, Liverpool City at Anfield.
I'm going Liverpool.
I'm going to go for that draw.
Okay.
I'm going to go for that draw. That's a tiny bit of chaos. Now, in those first couple matches that we have to do, the Tuesday matches for the following week, some pretty incredible matchups. We're lucky that we get to talk about them this week.
Oh, yeah.
Ipswich and Crystal Palace.
I'm going Ipswich.
I think Ipswich could win at home, sure. And then the last match we're going to pick, Leicester and West Ham.
I'm going West Ham.
Ooh, yeah. Do I want to do a draw? No, I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna say West Ham as well. Okay, so we're picked
Okay.
up, and we'll be current by the time we go live next Tuesday.
Sounds good.
hmm
Well, thank you here today on Starting 11. Snark, where can people find you?
Oh, you'll find me, as well as you, on Thursdays on the flagship Let's Get Ready network, talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer in our Rewatchers Council show. That's all full rewatch of all full 144 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We got a couple of good episodes coming up. First this week for your Thanksgiving pleasure, I should say, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank
Coming up
you.
to all you Yankee doodles.
Mhm.
We got Lovers Walk this week, which is a very fun episode. I can't wait to talk about that. And what else? We also got some After Snark happening this weekend as well. Danny and I are going to talk about your Thanksgiving. We talked a little bit about Canadian Thanksgiving. I don't know how much we actually talked about it though. And then he also wants to talk about the Netflix Marvelverse. So I'm very excited to talk about
Like
with him that
Daredevil,
one.
Jessica Jones, Luke
Yep,
Cage.
yep.
Nice.
I think all the way up to Defenders. So we will be talking about that this weekend, especially with the news of what's going to be happening over at Disney with Daredevil coming, and what they're going to be doing with Born Again, which is, I don't know how they're going to do it. It doesn't make any sense to me, but at least it's a nice title they can use. All right, so there you go. So that's what's happening with me. Hopefully, maybe I'll be talking to Ryan Christensen soon. Maybe we're going to do an edition of Playoff Beards, because a certain team has been pretty good this year, and I'm not embarrassed to talk about them at least.
Team's doing so far. So
Mm-hmm.
you can find me also on the Rewatchers Council. Like Snark said, Thursdays 3 p.m. Pacific. We're pre-taped this week, but it's usually live because of Happy Thanksgiving to everyone watching. You can also on this show back Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, recapping the English Premier League here on Starting 11. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. That would really be helpful. You can also subscribe to the entertainment channel. We're getting to 1,000 subscribers, which is really exciting. We'd love to get there by the end of this year. So there are links to both of those channels in the description of this episode. Just click, it'll tell you to subscribe. And you can also, if you want to support us a little bit more with some financial support, go to our Ko-Fi page, ko-fi.com/LGR_network. $3 a month gets you into our Discord. There's higher tiers in which you could even be a guest on the show if you wanted to. So check it out. And until next week, we are out of here.